Hello, welcome captains. My name is Adam, and welcome to today's flight show. We had a little bit of technical difficulty, so hopefully we are on board now. I've just got to lay in a little thing here because I've had to change the actual stream itself. So I need to let people know here. Let me just type in, you can find me here. Find the flight here. There we go. And that's that. So hopefully now people will click that and come over. Because that did not work. So yeah, I used to do it streaming by just doing a stream now thing, and then this is the first time I've actually gone in and put in something like you know, creating an event, and it just didn't work. It just fell flat, so we won't be doing that again. Too many glitches. So there we go. So if you're coming in, say hello. And yeah, sorry about that. Right, so why have I got a white screen? Well, all will be revealed, mainly because without the white screen, my camera really goes a bit black. So like I go dark. So give myself a bit of light. We put it up bright. Okay, so we're going to be doing a flight shortly from Birmingham, which is Echo Golf Bravo Bravo, to Cosford in the UK, Echo Golf Whiskey Charlie, and it's only going to take about 15-20 minute flight, and we're going to be like on the ramp, and we're going to do a complete startup using the checklist, and we're going to fly manually, not using ATC. We're going to be flying at like 3,000 feet, and then we're going to land, and that's it. But I want to go through a few things before we do this. Hey Victoria. Oh, good. I'm glad that everything's going a-okay. I want to go through a few things first and talk about P3D, because there's been a massive update for Prepared to version 4.5. Well, actually, that's not silent. And it's kind of broken a lot of sims. Now, I'll quickly flash up what's happened to most people when you update to 4.5, which is this, okay? Right? And oh my gosh, that's doing my head in just looking at it like that. So many of you will find that issue has arisen, or you might have stutters, or you might have lagginess, just various problems, and it's usually 1 or 2 or 3 reasons why. Okay, not because it's a bad update, it's most likely because the way it was updated. I don't think Lockheed Martin have really gotten well done with the way they get us to update it. It's not refined, it's not the best. Okay, so I'm going to go through all the issues people have had, and we're going to resolve them. So obviously our flight isn't going to look like that. Okay, we're going to fix it. So if you're coming in, say hello. We're also going to be talking about Orbex Central, which I've just brought up another one. Whoops. We're going to be talking about Orbex Central, which for some reason I had this already brought up, and for some reason it's now just it died on me basically. I don't know why, but there you go. So let me just position this, because there's a reason why I had this all pre-done, and then you go to do it live and it all dies on you. There we go. Right, we're going to be talking about Orbex Central and how you can utilize that for your sim, and how you can utilize it correctly, and how also, if you do need to reinstall everything, you don't need to go through the process of Orbex reinstalling everything. We're also going to be talking about how to be reinstalling or installing Prepared for you know, the best way with all your add-ons, to where it's not glitchy, not crashy, your performance isn't laggy, Also, we're going to be talking about the scenery library, which is a very important part of this flight simulator, and it's the make or break part of your flight sim. It can really cause it to crash and burn, or it can, really help you and make it look beautiful. And we're going to be taking off. We're going to be taking off probably in about 5 minutes. The flight, we got to book it first. I'm using Project Fly here, and we're going to be flying. I mean, I might as well click that Fly Now button, and then that we're connected to the sim, so that's good. And if I go across here, I've also got it connected. I should show up really on the radar. So let's re-enable that, and I should be on the radar in Birmingham. It'll probably take a while to connect, so before I can see it. Because, yeah. Bookings, does that still say, oh, it's still saying Fly Now on here. So let's come out of that and go back into it. That's probably why. Because I want to track the flights using Project Fly, which is a great add-on, a great tool to help you fly. So I think when we actually fly is when it'll kick in. When we actually get off in the air. So, because it isn't showing on my radar yet, and it's still saying here. Maybe I have to click Fly Now. No, because that's not. Well, it'll kick in. We'll see ourselves when we fly off. So there we go. Also, oh, that's why Project Fly. Yeah. Also, another thing we're going to be talking about as well is if you guys have got any problems or issues yourself, let me know. Put it in the chat, and we shall I'll help you address your issues. I'm not going to be talking about my computer specifications, because if you go to the description box, all my specifications for the flight sim are there. You can see what I'm running. You can see what add-ons I've got, not only just for this flight, but all my add-ons, what I've got, the possibility of doing. I have all my add-ons stored on a hard drive, and I can reinstall them as many times as I want. I've got them there. They're there for good, and they're good to go. So I always have that there ready. Just make sure nobody else was on the older stream, because I have a feeling people, yeah. Let me just type in the link above for the live stream. Don't want people going to the older one. I had to create a whole brand new live stream because it just was rubbish. And that events thing is just pants. So we will not be using that again. I'll just do it live now, and that's that really. Right, so let's talk about prepared. Let's talk about the updates, the issues we've had. And for those of you who are just joining, that's the issue in prepared that you're going to get. And you're like, what is this? Oh my gosh, what's going on? And everybody who's, had this issue, that's basically, what you see and what you get, making it really impossible to fly. But how can we fix it? Well, I'm going to show you in a second how you can easily fix it. Okay, there is a problem, I believe, with Orbex and with the flight simulation software itself, and the autogen for the vegetation. I think there is a little bit of an issue there. The Orbex team maybe need to address it, or Lockheed Martin might need to address it. But until one of them do, that issue will always be there, unless you do your updates in a different way. Okay, me usually in the past, I never bother with these little tiny updates, 4.3 to 4.4 to 4.5. I generally wait until it's really stable, till there's no issues, pretty much just before they update again, and then I update my software, or I'll wait for my simulator to completely crash on me and use that as a reason to reinstall everything from fresh, including the new updates. This is the first time I've actually updated my prepared software using their recommended way. And I say using their recommended way, as in updating just the clients, the content, and the scenery. That's the first time I've done it this way. Usually when I do an update, I reinstall everything all over again, and that's the way I've always done it, and I've never had an issue. You know, if you delete everything, all your add-ons, all your software, delete them off your computer, completely clean it, defrag it, and then start to reinstall prepared with the updates, and then all your add-ons, and there is a certain order as well in which you want to do this, you will not have a problem with, you know, your simulator, and you won't have a screen that looks like that when you get into the sim. It will be perfect. By doing it the way Lockheed Martin say, you know, where you could, you only have to update your clients, your content, and your scenery, and you're good to go. Well, if you do it incorrectly, like I have done it incorrectly, then you're going to get what we've just seen, okay? If you do it correctly, I'd be very interested if anybody has done this correctly, and do you get the same results, or is it good to go for you? And the correct way they want you to update their software is to uninstall the client, okay, and then reinstall the update for the client, okay, and then reboot your computer, okay. Then uninstall the content or the scenery, it doesn't matter which one you do first, uninstall that, and then reinstall the update for the content or the scenery, and then reboot your computer and do the same again for the other one, content or scenery, and then reboot your computer again, and then start up your simulator, get into an aircraft, shut down your simulator, start it up again, and do this twice, right? On the third time, your simulator should be running fine. Now, anybody, if you've done it in that specific order, right, you shouldn't have a problem with your simulator. Obviously, if you're using things like PTA or Tomato Shade, you might have to reapply your shaders, but you should be all good to go. And sometimes you may need to update, you know, the patches for the software for Active Sky or Rex or GSX or something like that, but you should be good to go straight away. Anybody who's done it that way, please let me know, because I'd be very interested to see if it actually works. I think this is a ridiculous way to update software. I don't even think Lockheed Martin should be updating little minor like 4.3, 4.4, 4.5. They should just save it all for their version 5, you know? All the updates just save for version 5. That way there's less fiddling about, and there's less of this monkey business in between the big, you know, versions. Obviously, version 5, you're gonna have to pay for a new sim because it's a new product. But all these little tiny updates that we get for free, it's a major hassle if you don't do it the way they want you to do it. I've always done it, just reinstall everything from fresh, and I've never had an issue. And this is the first time that I've not reinstalled from fresh and I've had an issue. So in the future, moving forward, like if there's a version 4.6, I'm basically going to just delete everything and reinstall again, because that's a guaranteed way for me, okay? I know it's going to be good. Now, in fact, let me just quickly share this out and say we're live, just to give everybody a chance who wants to, that they can come in. I'm going to talk about Orbex Central now, because Orbex Central, I don't know why I keep saying that, that's weird, is, I feel, Orbex products are really good. They really enhance your simulator, but they also can give you a lot of problems. So let's just say we're live here. Computer's running a bit slow because I'm streaming. So we are live. Probably at work, aren't they? Here we go. No thumbnail, that's weird. Strange. Right, there we go. Sorry about that. Right, so Orbex Central. Right, let's talk about Orbex. Now, I use Orbex, and I have a lot of stuff for Orbex. There's certain things I don't use, though, and there's a lot of things that I love about this. And I really do think it's great, you know? It comes with a brilliant tool called the Global Vector tool, which is this here, which allows you to specify certain things in your sim that you want to have and that you don't want to have. You know, and it's really good. But the best thing about it is it comes with this automatic configurator for your airport elevations, and this really does help if you go into an airport and you find things hovering above the ground, and it's like, whoa, what's going on? And it's basically, I feel that this is a essential tool that you need to have in your arsenal of tools in helping you have a smooth sim. One of the first things that I do when I install an add-on, and there is a certain way to install add-ons, and we'll go through that in a moment, but when I install an add-on, the very first thing I do is I get into my simulator, I go to that particular area of the world where I've installed the add-on, and I open it up, right? And it generally looks a bit weird. It generally has like pools of water everywhere. The airport might be hanging in the sky and I might be further down, or vice versa. And it just generally looks like Willy Wonka's Playland, right? And then I close down my simulator and I come into this tool and I run the auto config, right? And it scans all my airports and all the elevations for them airports in relation to the land around it. And it disables ones that conflict. Right, and as you can see here, there's a list here that it's disabled, and here is the list that it's enabled. And then I click apply and exit, and then that's that. I come out of it, right? And then I go in and reinstall or reapply my shaders, and I use PTA, and I have a preset that I use for that, and I reinstall my PTA preset. And that's it, really. Every time I load up news, or even when I delete software, delete an add-on, I run the same thing again. And if I have a problem with my scenery, doing that solves it, fixes it. You know, I never have to go into my scenery config, my scenery library config file, and start messing around with things. Never have had to do that ever. And I'm so glad that Orbex have given us this tool, because it is really powerful in having a smooth running sim. As you can see, I don't actually use the mesh. The Open Land Clash mesh for South America. I spoke to Orbex developers at the Flight Sim show last year, and they said that their mesh resolution is 10 meters per pixel, and the mesh resolution that I use, which is from, if I can find it, I don't think I can find it for a second, it's somewhere around here, is the FX Global, the next generation one, and that's all of the globe, like all around the world, the mesh resolution is like 1 meter per pixel. So their 10 meters per pixel is worse. So I just disable any mesh in the scenery library from Orbex. I've just unticked that box straight away. So it doesn't even include that when loading it into the flight sim. And that's so I can basically just use the mesh that I've installed myself from the FTX Global. Wish I had the disc actually. I do have it somewhere, but I don't know where. It's gone. It is here somewhere, but yeah, I will show it you. Is it over here? No. Okay. Anyway, so that's that. I don't know. There's not much more I can really say about Orbex here. One thing I want to say actually is Orbex Central, which is this, they used to call it FTX Central, and it still does say that on the app, but I think they're going to be calling it Orbex Central now, moving forward. And it's a great tool for instantly purchasing and instantly adding scenery into your flight sim. But the problem is the downloading of the information and the activating it into the simulator files is glitchy, right? You may not download every piece of scenery that you like, that the, say, global base needs, and then you're like, I've got black boxes here, or I've got missing files or missing textures there, and it's basically because they're not all installed. There is a way to verify to make sure you have got them all, and you literally click on the product here, okay, and then you click on verify files. Now I'm not going to do it because I've got my sim running and I don't want to mess it up. So you click on verify files and it'll check to see if all the files are there as they should be, and if they're not, it will download the missing ones and install them in. Now when I installed everything and then I went and verified all my products, every single product had missing files and had to be installed again. I'm like, so trust me guys, if you got Orbex, use the verify files button, verify everything you download. Even if you've just downloaded and it's just installed, just click verify files to make sure you've got them all, because more often than not they don't download all the files for you and install them all and activate them all. So you might have missing textures, which is why you get black boxes in your sim, or which is why you get certain missing textures in your sim. Okay. Another thing as well, so you can verify files. Okay. So when you're downloading them and installing them, obviously it needs to be in your flight simulator folder. Okay. Now if I quickly go to my flight sim folder real quick, you'll see here Lockheed Martin prepared. There's my flight sim, there's the Orbex file, but it's not actually in there. It doesn't actually sit in my flight sim folder. It actually sits on another hard drive, which is this hard drive here. And the files for my flight sim are these files here, right? These 3 files are all in my simulator, okay, but they're not on the same hard drive as my simulator. And the reason I do this is for 2 reasons. One, for speed. It loads in the textures, keeps them in the sim quicker, or more efficiently rather, because it's not loading from the same hard drive as my sim is running on, and so therefore I get a much more smoother sim when that happens. You know, if I had them all in here, it's loading it from this space, this location on the hard drive. At the same time, it's trying to run my simulator. So it's accessing the hard drive, and it's trying to run my simulator at the same time, and it's just an extra job that my simulator or my computer doesn't need to do. If they're loaded in from a separate hard drive, it's accessing it on a separate drive, and so it's just, for me, it's a bit more efficient coming in, right? Another reason as well is if I have a crash on my computer, if I have a problem with my computer, then I've got to uninstall everything. So I've got to go to global here, I've got to go to the base pack, I've got to uninstall, and then I've got to go to the next one, I've got to uninstall, and I've got to do that for everything. And it's like, oh my gosh, you know, and that can be, let me just get up a folder here because it gets a bit dark if I don't. And then of course you have to download everything again and reinstall everything again, and it's like, oh, that is just such a long process. So like I said before, what I do is I have all my Orbex stuff here on this hard drive, right? So if I need to remove everything from my hard drive, it's as simple as this. I use something called junction link magic, and what this basically does is it takes the file where all my Orbex products are, and it says, yeah, it's in the simulator, but it's not. It fakes the simulator out to think that all the files that are on this D drive are actually in the flight sim folder in the C drive. And so it loads them like it should do, but they're all stored somewhere else. So if I wanted to uninstall everything from my flight simulator, I literally would have to only do remove this link, right? It would cut the connection between all my Orbex products and my flight sim, and then when I go in here, everything would say not installed, like it says on them 2 items that I don't have them installed in my flight sim, but everything would say not installed. Okay. Again, the reason I do this is so if I need to remove Orbex products and then reinstall them, it's just so quick. I just quickly remove the link and everything's uninstalled. I go try and, you know, troubleshoot whatever the problem is, and then I add them back in. Okay, let me exit out of Orbex, and then I add them back in using this junction link magic, right? And it's everything's back in instantly. I don't have to download everything and reinstall everything and verify all the files, and that can take a day if you own everything from Orbex, and I pretty much do. So that's just too tiresome to contemplate. So junction link magic, right, is really helpful. You can also do it for add-ons and pretty much anything. You can keep your flight sim free of everything and use junction link magic to pretend that everything is in your sim folder when it actually isn't. It's being linked to from another location, and it's just super easy if you have a crash and you have to delete everything, right? You just, what you do is you unlink everything and then you uninstall P3D and then you can continue. So a lot more easier. Now, that's Orbex Central. I'm just going to quickly, before we go into flights, I'm going to teach you, I'm going to, like, not teach you, sorry, that's a bit, I'm going to show you how we can fix this problem here, because this problem is mega. I mean, spinning around, you know, the camera, it's like, look at that. It's like, this is a massive problem, okay? And the only way to fix this, there's only two ways to fix this, which is one, when you do an update, don't update just the content, the scenery, and the client. Update from fresh, okay? And you won't get this glitch. But if you haven't updated from fresh and you're not willing to reinstall everything, then there is a way around it, okay? And this is it. Now, again, I believe that this is an issue between Orbex, the autogen system in Orbex for the plants, and the simulator. And that's why we're getting this display of funky lighting. The only way I can find to fix this at the moment, and you know, Lockheed Martin have said that there is going to be a hot fix patch coming in the next few weeks that will fix it. But for now, all you have to do is go into your options, go to world, and your autogen vegetation density, just kill it. Just knock it down to none, right? And what that will do is that will clear it. You won't have the issue at all. Yes, you're going to remove all your vegetation from your flight sim, okay? So you won't have any plants or trees, you know, when you're flying over the world. But if you're flying heavy items like 737, 747, or anything above 25,000 feet, to be honest, you're not going to spot a small tree down on the ground, okay? You're going to be flying above clouds anyway. And this only affects default autogen and Orbex autogen. It doesn't affect third-party autogen, and it doesn't affect airport autogen, okay? So I've now disabled it for everything, and when we go back in, it's actually going to be fine. If I go to Hawaii, say, for instance, where Orbex hasn't got any scenery there, I use completely third-party airports, land, the whole island is covered by a freeware item, and I can have my auto density slider where it should be, and I still don't get the issue. It only happens when I'm in Orbex land, okay? So this is the only way to sort of fix it. Now, this is going to take its time to basically reload everything into the sim again, mainly because my flight sim's been sitting here whilst I've been chatting. So if you've got any questions for what I'm talking about, put them in the chat now, and I'll address them when we're in flight, which is going to be in about 5 to 10 minutes, okay? Just going to quickly go through the scenery library. I know a lot of people have asked me, like, you know, what order should I have things in? What should I do? Should I, be moving things around myself? You know, should I even be messing with it? I just want to quickly talk about it now. I'm going to show a picture that I've got here. And this is basically the order at which everything should be installed or layered in your scenery library, okay? I'll leave this on here for a while. So the bottom is basically the bottom of your scenery library as well, the list, okay? Which is, it starts at the bottom and it works its way to the top. And really, this is when you're installing prepared and when you're installing all your add-ons, this is the order in which you should install everything as well. So you've just installed P3D version whatever, okay? Or this also applies to FSX as well. But you've just installed your flight simulator and you've got nothing else running. The very first thing you should install to create a smooth flight sim experience is your mesh, okay? Start at the bottom and work your way up. So your mesh basically, which here, FS Global 2010, I use the next generation 2016 or 2017 version, but install your mesh first. Then install all like the Orbex products, the regions, the countries, the cityscapes, then the airports, and kind of go around doing this for the world. So anywhere where you've got your land class or your global base or your vector information or your regional areas, install them, you know, and then install stuff like mega scenery after that, stuff that's going to sit up on top of all that, right? And then anything that's going to sit on top of mega scenery, like your airports, you install them basically last, you know. And then all your software add-ons as well, stuff like chase plane, your weathering systems, you know, any other utilities and tools, install them last, okay? And if you do that in that order, you should have a beautifully flawless sim. And you really won't be getting any problems in terms of, oh, I'm missing textures or I'm missing files or it's glitching out on me, it's not happening the way it should. You know, if you install everything in a certain order, everything will run beautifully, okay? And if you've got a computer that can handle the software, you know, if you're not, you know, punching sort of well below your weight in terms of your hardware, then there's no reason why you can't have everything maxed out. All my settings are pretty much maxed out, okay? And that's because I've got a computer that can handle the software and handle the add-ons. You know, I can't conceive of anybody who's trying to run P3D with 8 gig of memory. You definitely need at least a minimum of 16 gig. 16, 24, 32, 64, any one of them. But if you've only got 8, you're really going to struggle to run a sim smoothly. Same with your CPU. If you're running, you know, anything that's below 4.0 gigahertz, if you're running a 3.6 or a 3.5, you're really going to struggle as well in terms of everything running smoothly. And your memory in terms of your graphics card as well. Mine's an 11 gig 1080 Ti, and that is for me the very best graphics card you can have for the flight sim. I know that there are better ones that have come out more recently, you know, for the flight sim, but just because something comes out recent doesn't mean it's the best. Like these 2080, you know, Ti, RTI, whatever they're called, I don't think they're actually optimized or best run for flight simulators. You know, they're good graphics cards and they have really sort of their ray tracing abilities. The latest technology is built in with them, but none of that, you know, is going to work well, I feel, with the flight sim yet. You know, we're not there quite yet. So I use what's guaranteed, basically, what's going to work. So your computer, please make sure your computer is running like good hardware, because that's the first thing I would say you need to update if you're not running good hardware. If you're trying to run it on a laptop, forget it. If you're trying to run it on specs that are very low and below par, you're going to have troubles, you know. But yeah, so that all aside, right? Let's see here. We need to go flying. Well, as soon as this comes in, I'm going to full screen it and we're going to take off. So we should be on the map at least for Project Fly, I would say. We get VATSIM off and get Project Fly up. Here we go. Right, and there you go. We have no more problems with that. So let's full screen it. And let's hide that menu bar, which it's already hidden. There we go. So we are at Birmingham Airport right now and climbing into our aircraft. We're using live weather, and that's what it looks like outside. A bit brighter outside, I can see, but maybe in the center of Birmingham it ain't. Okay, I hope that the radar is going to work because I'm kind of using that as a GPS at the moment, so I do hope my bookings radar, I'm sure it'll show up. Right, okay, so let's start this mother off and let's get going, because it's only going to take a short flight. I'm using my checklist. I've got a checklist for the C152. the walkabout and all that pre-flight stuff, we're gonna say we've done. So let's make sure our chocks and everything are away. Yes, I can't see anything attached, so that's good. Right, so parking brake is on, check. Mixture is idle, check. Let's have a look down here. Let's get rid of this. Bye-bye. Ignition switch is off, check. Master switch is on. There we go. Fuel gauges, we are fully fueled up. We've got too much fuel effectively. Our flaps are set to 30 degrees. Let's make sure they're working. Yep, they're working. And fuel shut-off valve is set to the on position, which I believe it is. Set to the on. Yep, it is. Right. Oh, hello. Let's get back outside. Reset that. There we go. Right, we're going to check now just to make sure our control surfaces are working. Make sure we've got everything there. Yes, yes, good to go on that one. So that's that. Let's do the engine start now. So, mixture full rich. Oh, hello, what's going on here? That should come out. I think we need to reverse that. Controls, engine, slider, isn't it? Throttle, reverse it. Thank you. Pull it out. Full. There we go. Right. What else we got? Carburetor heat is, what is that? Off? Yep, that's off. Prime it. Let's prime this sucker then, yeah? 1. 2. Give it three pumps. And we're open. Throttle is open 1/2 inch. Check. Right, let's start this engine up, basically. Where's the... Come on. Start her up. What's going on? There we go. Oh, actually, you know, our throttle was correct. That's weird. I always thought it was the other way around. So let's... There we go. Are we good to go outside? Yep, that's set there. Let's push this down a bit. Okay. So, taxi area. Let's. We're going to taxi out to our gate. I don't even know where the runway is. But let's get going, shall we? Parking brake off. And let's go find the runway. So should be somewhere around here, I'm guessing. There's a truck. Now I'm using UK 2000, and that is a right piece of work for... Where is the runway? Runway to UK 2000 is really tough on frames. Let's get rid of that menu bar. But once we get into the air, it will start running a little bit smoother. It seems to be a bit at the moment. So, let me get the chat back up here. Gosh. Right. Before takeoff, oh, we need to set our landing lights on, don't we? Gosh. On. Turn everything on. Turn it all on. Saying that though, do we need takeoff landing? No, we don't need landing lights at the moment, because we're not actually taking off. Right, where is the runway? It's got to be somewhere around here. I'm guessing somewhere over here. We'll follow this yellow line here. I think I might have passed the exit, but yeah. We'll go this way, I think. There we go, it's on the left. Is that the runway or is that the taxiway? I think that's the taxiway, isn't it? So we can go down there. We're good to go there. We're going a bit too fast, I feel. There we go. Right. Are we on the map yet for Project Fly? I don't think we are. Let me exit out of Project Fly and start back in again. In fact, we can check Project Fly on our end and see if we actually are on our map. I mean, we are, yeah, we are starting it. Radar, oh gosh. I don't even know where that is. Look at that. That's nuts. Right, bookings. Oh, there we go. Could go. No. Bookings, radar. I mean, where am I? Is that me there? This is America, isn't it? KLM, Ryanair. No, that's me there. Isn't it? That blue, yeah, that's us there. So we are on the map. So if I go to my other computer and start up Project Fly, we should appear on the map. We can minimize that now. There's a Flyby there. Radar. There we are. We're on the map. I can see us. Right, I need to get Telford in view. Where is Telford? Smethwick, blah blah blah. Telford, I just saw it then. There it is. Zoom in a little bit more. Right, we'll have to do that then. Right, okay, so we are good to go. Here we go. Let's rev it up a bit. Bring the chat in so I can see the chat. There we go. Alright, I can see the chats. We are flying. We're going to take off now. Right. So yeah, basically, running your simulator, it's not easy, you know, but you can make it easier for yourself by having a computer that's capable of running the simulator. I think this is the runway. This is the runway, so we're gonna have to take off from here. Okay, so let's get on the runway. Yeah, having a computer that can do the job really will help, you know. If you're running a computer that just can't muster it up, then you're just causing you have problems, man. You really are. Right, here we go. Holy moly, there's a plane. Hang on, this ain't the runway, this is the taxiway. I thought this was the taxiway. Where's the runway? Runway's over here. Right, we're just gonna follow that plane down there then. Yeah, this is the taxiway, man. This ain't the runway. I thought that was a bit strange then. Like, hang on a second. Runways don't look like that. This is the taxiway. So it looks like there's another dude from Birmingham taking off as well. He's in a Ryanair. So we won't see him because I'm not on VATSIM. I'm not flying live. But I do see other aircraft. And I'm sure one of them is a Ryanair. So we can pretty much just go, yeah, that's it. Where's the runway? Do you know what? Oh gosh, I popped it there. Where's the runway, man? Birmingham is a little bit different than I remember. Right. I'm following that plane for takeoff because he's going towards the runway. So I'm following him. I want to take off after him. He knows where he's going. See, I haven't got the maps for the airport up. I haven't got the clue. I don't even know what runway I'm going to be taking off from. You know, I don't even know what runways they have to take off from. So, in fact, you know what? I think we should know this, shouldn't we? We should really know what runway we're going to be landing at in order to find it. I was just, I mean, this is a complete visual flight rules, you see. I'm not even using instrumentation to get there. Right. It's literally, we're just gonna, I mean, yeah, man, I could pretty much drive there. Right. Oh, little pop there. I think I'm going a little bit too fast. That's why it's popping. Right, here we go. He's going to hopefully turn on that runway. Do you know what? I feel... I don't know if I should turn off here. Yeah, do you know what? We're going to turn off here, dude. Because we're not as big as him. We don't need as much runway. We can just quickly sneak in there. You know what I mean? So we can literally, we're going to use, here we go.
Approaching 1-5.
1-5, right, okay. Well, 1-5 left, I'm guessing. Right, here we go. We are going to take this sucker now. This is it.
On runway 1-5.
150 runway. Right, let's hit the brakes. Park and brake it. See outside. Where's that dude? He's there. He's trying to get in. Right, we need to take off. Rev it up. Landing lights on now. Turn them on. Landing light on. Taxi. Keep that going. Beacon strobe. Navigation dome. Turn the pitot heater off. Don't need that now. Rock and roll. Here we go. We're going. RPMs are at 200. 2,000.
100 feet remaining.
We're only going up to 3,000 feet here. So,
Caution. Short runway. Short runway.
that's okay, because we're only in a general aviation craft, so that's fine. Right, here we go. Lift off. We're going to be going up high.
5,600.
It literally will just lift off by itself like that.
Caution.
Right, here we
Short
go.
runway,
Flaps
short
up.
runway.
Flaps up. And get the incline going. Flaps have come up. Yep, they have. Okay, so we're going to get up to 3,000 feet. And then we're going to do a turn. I think we've literally got to do a 360 here. Or a 180, sorry. So, yeah, so we've still got trees at the airport because UK 2000 have added them. And that glitch hasn't affected them. Now, we are missing trees from Orbex, and I can tell that straight away. But you know what? I'm okay with that until they fix it. Because, like, flying up at 3,000 feet, when we look down, it's actually going to look okay. It's going to look fine. So, gosh, it's really struggling to get up here, isn't it? Coming up to 1,000 feet. We're climbing okay. Climbing at 500 feet per minute. So even looking now at like 1,000 feet, it looks okay. It doesn't look the best, but it will look better as we get higher. If you're flying general aviation aircraft like Orbex and the Regions or the True Earth, they're really good products. I really recommend them. If you're flying airliners and you're flying high at like 25,000 feet and above, you don't even need the Regions. You can just disable them in the scenery library. Because Global Base and Vector with defaults is good enough. You know, it really is. At that height, you're only really going to see anything when you get down to the airport. And if you've got a good airport installed as well, you're good to go. Right, I think we should do a turn now. So, let's see here. I need to be going, I reckon, 330 maybe. So, we're going to do our turn now. As we're climbing. Whoa. Bit of a wind is a bit kicking in, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Here we go. See, now looking at, we're at 2,500 feet. It's looking a lot better down there, you know? It's looking a lot better. My turns have a lot to be desired, though. They really do. Right. We have to fly below 3,000 feet because if we fly above 3,000 feet, we have to register for ATC. Actually, I think I'm going to go 270, I think. And we have to use ATC, and there's a lot of flight rules in place. I really shouldn't be flying over the airport like this either. But, hey-ho. That happens, doesn't it? So we're coming to 2,000 feet. We're going to be going up to 3,000, so... 270, I believe. Yeah, that's what we're going to go for. West. Basically heading west. That's where we're heading. A bit more of a turn. There we go. I better put my headphones on, actually. That's how I got the sound. Actually, I'll just do that so I can hear. There we go. Right, so we've got to keep it now going west for a bit, and then we're going to turn to the north. We're still climbing though, and I think we're going to lose sight of the ground, which is going to be a bit of a pain. Whoa, it's getting windy. Way. I don't know if maybe we should fly below the clouds. Let's see how we go. If I completely lose and it gets too bumpy, then we will... Come on. So yeah, looking outside now, looks a lot better. Look at that. Looks a lot better. The trees, I don't even miss the trees now, and I'm only at less than 3,000 feet. I don't miss them at all now because the Orbex region looks great without them. And actually, you'll get better performance out of your frames as well whilst we're waiting for this hotfix, and you've reduced that vegetation density slider. You'll actually get better performance from your frames. So I think that's enough. I think let's nose down a little bit now. Oh, let's nose up. Nose down just a touch. Trim it off, as they say. Ooh, oh, we're completely off our course. Got to keep it west. Manual hand flying. I've got a joystick. I'm not really used to a joystick flying a Cessna, but we've got that, so I wonder what it'd be like flying it by mouse. That'd be interesting. Right, we need to keep an eye on our vertical speed, because our vertical speed basically tells us which way we're pointing. We're pointing up, we're pointing down, you know? And how fast are we pointing up and pointing down? Am I ascending or descending rapidly, or, you know, and if it's at 0, that's level flight, and that's basically what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for 0. You know, I want it to hit 0. So minor adjustments, touches, just small touches. Using the trim wheel as well helps. You know, it's a combination of all these instruments that I've got. So we're going to cut that down a little bit because we don't need to have it going so much. We need to have it down. There we go. That should do. We don't want to descend. Let's bring it up a bit. Get rid of some of that speed. Because we're going over 100 miles an hour. That ain't good. So let's get it up. There we go. Right, we are way off course. Let's head to the west here. We're almost going south. We are going like the long way to Telford. We're not even heading towards Telford at the moment. Oh my gosh. Oh, stalling it. Oh. Dude, come on, get it. Go. Get together, come on. Alright, here we go. We'll add 3-0 for now. That'll do me. Alright, come on. Let's trim up a bit. Hey, come on. So it's going to be interesting. I'm planning a flight from the UK all the way to California in this plane. I want to fly around. So I'm plotting the course because I'm going to have to go up towards the Arctic Circle in order to do this. Because obviously, oh gosh, this airplane, its fuel tanks only take you so far. And it's not going to make the Atlantic crossing. Oh, come on. You know, it's not going to make that. So I've got to really kind of adjust things. And I think what I'm going to have to do is build some virtual tanks. Oh gosh, we're way below 3,000, aren't we? Way below 3,000. Build some virtual tanks in the plane, in order to be able to continue a flight beyond the fuel tank limit. You know, in the back here, we got, in the back seat, where are we? Let's have a look in the back seat. Which one is it? One of these takes me to the back seat. I don't know which one. It's one of them though. No, none of these. Right. In the back seat, if I swivel my head all the way around, we've got a back seat area. Now I can put extra fuel tanks down there, you know, and fill up and have it pumping in. I did see, it is possible, I have seen somebody do it, who took a Cessna from the middle of America and they flew all the way to Germany, I believe it was, doing the same route that I'm going to do. So they strapped in, they created these fuel tanks, they strapped them in, they had to monitor them and to make sure they were flowing into the tank when required. And that's basically kind of like what I'm going to do. I'm going to work out how much fuel I can get in there with weight and everything like that. And then I'm going to have to balance out the fuel to the weight. And obviously when I run out, I run out. Right. It's really windy. I mean, really, I want to be flying a bit higher. In fact, I am below 2,000 feet. Let's get higher. Come on. Trim up. Let's get some height. We seem to have descended quite a lot. I mean, this is the problem when you're flying it manually. You've got so much to think about in one go. Keep an eye on your direction you're heading. Keep an eye on your horizon level indicator. Keep an eye on your vertical speed indicator. Keeping an eye on your speed. Keeping an eye, do you know what I mean? All this, and you've still got to be thinking ahead to where you're going. I've got to make sure to make a turn here and there, and it's just so much all at the once to think about, you know, your altitude, navigation. So, but you put it on autopilot, and that kind of frees up your brain for other thinking. You go, oh, okay, well, we can do this, we can do that. The clock's a little bit off. It's actually 11, not 10 to. So that's a bit. So flying over the UK, nice little houses everywhere, fields, you know, there's the motorway there. Pretty much follow that motorway probably to where we need to go. For some reason I am going the wrong way again. How have I managed this? I'm using Project Fly's radar as my GPS basically. So I'm making adjustments and flying based on that. Cheating a little bit. It's a modern day GPS system basically. But the thing is, it updates every like 15 seconds, so it's not exactly, or 2 minutes or something like that. So it's not a reliable, up-to-date thing. It's only going to get me roughly to the area. I've still got to rely on my own navigational skills. Really, I think I should bring up, you know what, let's bring up, what's it called? Sky Vector, I think it's called. Right, Sky Vector. Oh, oh, oh! Crashed! Oh no! No! Oh, recover! Recover! Oh, we're gonna die! No! Guys, we died. What? Oh man, we crashed and burned. Do you know what I mean? Never look up on a computer while you're flying the plane. We crashed and burned, guys. That's it. Flight really should be over. We did not make it to Cosford. Rip-a-roni. And look, in my computer, when I was typing in Sky N Vector, I didn't even type it in correctly. Wasn't even worth it. Do you know what I mean? Oh, guys, we ripped on that one. Completely rip-a-roni. Right. Let's go to EGWC. And it's brought up a T for some reason. EGWC. There was no T in there before. Right, Cosford. Yes, that's the one. Bring it up, please. Oh, man. Flying and being on the computers, do you know what I mean? It's not good for your health. I just want to know what runway we're going to be at. Where? Come on, go. Bring up the information on the airport. There we go. That's what we want. Right, I'll minimize that for now. Oh, actually, let's quickly get the runway. Runway, where we are. Runway 06 or runway 240. That's what we want. Oh, I can't believe it, man. Rip-a-roni. Truly and utterly. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. Do you know what? I'm gonna have to go north. I'm just gonna have to go north now because it's knocking me. The weather is not. The wind is knocking me south. Because I'm going west, it's just knocking me to the south because of the wind. I'm just gonna go north. We're gonna have to full speed it. So we're gonna go north now, just to get through this harsh weather. What's my trim doing? Whoa. Trim is fine. Actually, we're still only 2,000 feet again. We need to be. Come on. Come on. My love taking me higher. Never did before. It's knocking me west again. It really is knocking me to the left, the wind. The wind is that strong. But the force is stronger. Right, come on. Oh, gosh. Yeah, it's getting hazy, guys. Look at that. It is getting hazy daisy. Oh, my life. Hazy mazy out there. I'm really going to have to rely on my instruments to fly this sucker, you know? Right. Well, I just want to get to 3,000. Try and maintain it at that. So, whoa. I can't believe we crashed. We bit it. I was looking at over there and I took my concentration off for 2 seconds. Probably a bit longer, really. And that's what happens. That is what happens, guys. Man. Well, I'm gonna have to get there quickly. Got a BT engineer coming. So it's gonna have to be quick. Quicker than it is now. Oh, dude, the weather is knocking me. Oh, nose up. Trim that sucker up. Oh, man. Bit too much there. Alright, here we are. We're at 3,000 now. Let's try and maintain that. Right, there we go. Right, everything looks set good. I like it. We're still getting knocked around. We're going west now. We're going west again. Seriously, guys, why the weather is just battering us. All right, let's turn to the north. Hey, it's so tricky. Right, here we go. Stick on the course of north and try and stay at 3,000. And it's like my vertical speed. Why am I pointing? There we go. Hey, hey. Yo, hey, you're getting battered. Go on. Here we go. Yo. Right, I reckon we got about another 10 minutes before we arrive. So it's a shame that the stream kind of podged up before, because I feel that people haven't been able to connect because of it. Right, I've got to try and stick to the north here. Whoa, wow, dude. I mean, this is a rough ride. This is like Harrison Ford level of flying. This is, you know. Try and. I don't know if many people would go flying today because of this weather, because this. You know, in the Cessna, I think people would just look at the weather and go, you know what, dude? I don't think so. We're not going to do it. I'm quite curious as to what the... let's try and get ATIS up here. What would it be? I don't want to tune into an approach. I don't think it's on that, is it? No, it's on your aircraft. We haven't got that. I don't know what we have, but I just don't know what command it is. What button it is. It's on a radio, which is not even on. So let's turn it on. Come on. Here we go. What's the 80s? I can't remember what the ATIS is, to be honest. Right, we're getting battered west again. We need to head a bit more. Oh, dudes, we're heading into a cloud here. Oh, this is a bad news bear situation. This is. Right. Let's level up here. We're going a bit. Whoa, a bit too much there. Right. What does it look like down there? Looking alright, looking okay, alright. Yeah. Whoa, dude. They can't showboat to me. They can't show you views from the outside unless it's stable weather. I mean, I try as much as I can, but it's a little bit tricky. There we go, right. Telford, it should be on the horizon somewhere. Whoa. Oh, dude, we're doing it again. Come on. Why is it going down? It's pointing me down. These winds are really rocking and rolling me. Not much to see, is there, guys? Not much to see. You know? Right, so we're just passing Wolverhampton. That should be somewhere just beyond us over there. Whoa, let's level this sucker up. We're coming up to Telford, probably about 5 minutes to 7 minutes time. Do you know what? I haven't even gone through takeoff throttle. Oh my life, man! You know what? We didn't go through our checklist. So let's have a look at our flight. Cruise power should be 19 to 25, so that's a little bit low. Give it a little bit more power there. Elevator trim and mixture lean. I mean, we don't have to lean because we're below 3,000 feet. It's where you start leaning it, really. So we don't need to worry about the ratio of fuel to at the moment. We are going downwards, looks like it. Right, let's get back up. Here we are. Very hazy up here, very hazy, but looks beautiful, looks gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Whoa, whoa, whoa. But really hazy, basically. Weather, not really good. I'm really fighting. I'm 2,000 feet again. I've gone down. I've dropped 1,000 feet. Let's get our 1,000 feet back. Oh, dudes. Go. Right, so we should kind of be seeing within the next 5 minutes, we should be seeing the airport. I mean, that's as much as we can see the airport. That is, like, I think we're gonna have to go down to 2,000. To be honest, we're just gonna have to drop below the weather in order to see the airport. Otherwise, we ain't gonna see anything. Farms as far as the eye can see. Right. Drop it a bit. Bring this down. Trim it. There we go. Right, so there's a plane over there. He's a general aircraft aviation as well. So he can't be too far from the airport, I'm guessing. I don't know whereabouts exactly in Telford the airport is, but I reckon it's somewhere around here, because he's about 9 miles away from us, from our location. I'm not too sure. Whoa, we're descending way too fast here. burn some of that speed off. Get the height back. Very close to stall speed. Right. So we should be able to see the airport around here somewhere. But the weather is making it very extremely hard to see anything. I mean, come on, guys. What's going on? Right, we're going to have to do some fly-arounds here. Oh, here we go. It's just suddenly cleared. Right, quickly have a look around. Do we see an airport anywhere? No. Right. There's no aircraft either flying around here, so we're going to have to fly at this height, basically, for a while. And sort of do some loop-de-loops around Telford in order to see the runway. So this is the area. Now, the Cosford Airport, of where it is. In fact, I might be able to zoom in on the map a bit better. Because it is, isn't the area called Cosford? In fact, can I search? Yes, you can search airport. So EGWC, yeah. EGWC. Whoa. Is it EGW? It is EGWC, isn't it? So why isn't it searching it? Not finding it. EG. Is there EGCW then? CW? Nope. Right. Okay. Big problems here if we can't find the runway. Alright, let's gotta use our navigational skills, guys. Right. Cosford. Whoa. That's the location of where we're meant to be. Cosford. Telford. Which is kind of where we're off the... We're passing... We're actually passing it now, so let's go back. Let's... oh, come on. Give me some power. Give me some control. Right. Oh, that's a bit windy. Get up to 1500 here because we're a bit low, I feel. Let's turn around and go towards Telford again. So that's 737. He's only 500 feet off the ground. He ain't gonna be landing at Cosford, by the way. Cosford ain't that kind of runway. It's a I don't even know if it's in use, to be honest. Right, so now we said our runway was 06 or 240. So past it. Oh, dude, my flying is bad. Right, 06240. So I'm going to say 06. So if we head 06, once we go towards Telford, we've actually passed Telford now. We've gone that much for far out. What's that there? See something down there. I'll just sort of see what would be the runway and what wouldn't be. No, we need to go more. Right. Cosford, you see, ain't on this map. that I've got. Ooh. You know what? I'm gonna have to use a bit of Google Maps, I think, here. Let's bring it up. Cosford Airport. Cosford Airport. Maps. Right, where is it? Birmingham, Manchester, what? RAF Cosford Air Show. There it is. Right, so it's let's go with satellite view. That's how I operate, satellite view, guys. Right, Shifnal. It's just by Shifnal. So where's Shifnal? There's Telford. Where is Shifnal? The Wyke. Can I see Shifnal anywhere? I don't see. Oh, there's Shifnal. Right. Oh, there's Shifnal. So we are heading kind of in the right direction. It's just off by Shifnal. Right. So if that's Shifnal, then there it is, Cosford. Boom. Right. There it is. Right. Got it on the map now. So let's bring up the comments again. We will get there, guys. We will get there. Ooh. Right. It's over that way. Right. $2,500 feet. That's good enough for me. 800 miles an hour. Fine. I reckon it's that runway there. I think I can see it. Think anyway. Zero 60240. That might be it. We're basically right on the money. I think that is it over there. We're going to fly over it and see if it is it. Because that just here, above the horizon, I think that's it. Oh, it could be that over there actually. That red dot, that's an airport. It could be that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't say turn to find out, dude. Yeah, because that one's too close. We're literally about to fly over that one. So I don't think that might not be it. But saying that though, I don't think the airport of Cosford is like a frequently used runway. Yeah, and it's not to our right either, that airport. It's kind of to our left a little bit, straight ahead. So I'm less inclined to believe that that's it. I think that's it there. I really do. Any other airports? Let's check the map of Google here. Is there any other airports on the way to where we are? I don't really see any. But I do see that. And that looks like it. It really does. I think that's it. I'm confident that this one down here, where we're flying over now, is it. Yeah, that's it there. It's gotta be, definitely. Right, 2,000 feet. Right, we'll do a quick circle around this town here, because I'm pretty sure that that is it. definitely got to be it. Oh, I'll tell you, there is a way to find out. Active sky. Bring it up on active sky, the map. No way! Oh no, because that's got us going to. That's got the wrong flight plan. We're not going there. We're going to CW, innit? Or WC. WC. Map. Yep, that is it. Yeah, that's the one. Right, so we have just, that's the one we're going to be landing at. So let's line up our plane to 060, and we're going to, so there we go, 060, and then we're going to do a turn to 240 to land. So let's get a bit of height here because we're actually going down for some reason. Right, so that's it, guys. We're almost there. We literally just got to turn around now and land this sucker. Yeah. Right. Right on time, really, as well. Down. Got some more power. Right. We use these forests here. Yeah. Right. 240. Let's do our turn now. Might be a bit too soon, but let's do our turn now to land this. Whoa, a bit too much there. Oh, dude, give it more power. More power. Right. We should see in front of us. Oh, man, where's the runway? Dudes, I can't see. Bloody weather. Give it a stage of flaps. We're at 1,000 feet and I can't see the runway. That is not good. Is that it there? And that might be it there, so yeah. Yeah, that's it there. We need to line up with it. Let's line up with the runway. We're not lined up with it. We'll just do that turn, and then this turn. Whoa, whoa, that's a bit too much. There we go, now we're lining up with it. Here we go, right, here we go. Let's bring it home, guys, let's bring it home. Here we go. Coming in. Coming in to see it for the air show, guys. Cosford Museum, here we go. Need to find out. Oh gosh! Wow! What's going on? Give me more power. Give me more power. We're gonna stall.
600 feet available. Caution. Short runway. Short runway.
Yeah, tell me about it. Look.
Approaching. 2, 4.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
600 feet available.
Oh, dude, this is a right.
Short runway.
Final stage of flaps has already been done. We just literally gotta butter the bread. Here we go. Come on, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. Right. Kill the engines. You know what? We didn't even do our landing checklist, guys. We haven't even put the landing lights on. Well, that's alright, because we never turned them off from flight. So that we're okay. There we go. Oh, parking brake. How did that get set? I didn't even put the parking brake on then. It's a bit weird. Flaps up. Right. So we landed this sucker. There's the areas where they do the flight stuff. Over there. We're pretty much going to be going by the hangar, I think, as well. We barely made it as well, guys. We barely made it. We can get rid of that project fly. We don't need that. We can get rid of that, and we made it. So we don't need that. Right. Let's get off this runway. Where's the taxiway? There it is. We'll follow this in now to the airport. Going a bit fast. And that's it, pretty much, guys. So, the airplane at the moment is at Cosford. So when we take off on our next live flight, this is where we'll be taking off from. And we'll be going to wherever you want us to go. So put in the comment section below which airport in the UK would you like to see this airplane fly from here to where. Let me know. And we'll arrange another flight. And if you've got any questions about your prepared or updates or installing or scenery stuff, put it in the comments below. Let me know. Ask me anything you like, and I'll help you fix it. I really will, guys. Been doing this since 2000. So, oh, hello, is that somebody walking there? Somebody walking here. What? Somebody. Oh, we're going off the. Oh, going off. Let's slow it down. Somebody there walking. Check it out. Right, let's go over to our general aviation area. And we'll park this sucker up. So here we are. One of these hangars is where all the planes are kept. I don't know which one. So there we go. Let's park it up here. That'll do us. Parking brake is set. Right, so we've done our landing. Really didn't go through the checklist. So flaps up. Carburetor heat is off. Yes, I didn't even put that back on. We can turn off all of these. Actually, now that'll do. Strobed it and all that. Flaps are up. That is set. Parking brake is on. Kill the engine. Kill that. And lock this sucker up, basically. So there we go. Everything is now set for the next flight. With everything there. So, that's it, guys. We made it. Oh, get rid of the headphones now. So we'll be taking off from Cosford next. And we'll be flying where? You let me know in the comment section below. And next month, maybe next week, who knows, we'll go for a flight, guys. Thanks for watching this. I really appreciate all the support. And yeah, this flight here, say 720p, that's the kind of resolution I can get because of the streaming. I'm streaming it from another PC. But when I do some flights, I'm going to pre-record them. They're going to be full 1080p, and you'll see all the glorious, lovely detail. So, all that said, thanks for watching, and I shall catch you next time, Captains. Take care. Bye-bye.